guys, providing a great place for you guys to work, all the people in the shop, the girls in the office. That motivates me a lot. And also, to be honest with you, the customers. If we don't provide these cars for them, they're going to go to, no offense, people like Prime Auto or, some of these crappy places that just don't care, that care more about the money than they do about the customers. And I hate to see the customers get mistreated like that. So, and then the third thing is I just freaking have a will to win. Like, I don't want to give up. I hate losing. I hate saying, yeah, I can't do it anymore. Oh, it was too hard. And we suck and I can't do it. Like, that personally really digs at my soul. And so it's between those three reasons, between the employees, the customers, and the will to win, I promise you guys I'm committed. I am in this fight with you guys. I'm going to be here every Friday morning at 8:30. I'm sacrificing my time at home with my wife alone to be here with you guys. I know it's a sacrifice for you guys too. We're going to make this happen, and this is going to be amazing. I really feel strongly that this is the difference. This is the thing that we need to do. This is the next right step for the business. I know we haven't focused on training in the past. This is our first time, and it's going to be an amazing journey, but I really, really feel strongly that this is going to make a big difference. Okay? Okay, why did you guys think that I asked you guys to watch the Groundhog Day? I want to talk about that, so open dialogue. Why do you think that?
Groundhog Day?
Groundhog Day.
Same thing every day. We're just going to keep putting it in our brain. This is what we have to do. This is going to be the same training, the same. This is how, the only way to learn is to keep doing this.
Okay, power of repetition. What else?
We're going to start selling insurance. Neil knows that.
Okay. So we're going to start selling insurance. Why else? Why else would I ask you guys to watch that movie? Eric, you got any ideas?
Change our attitude.
Change our attitude?
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Marcus, I can see most of
Even though that you do the same thing every single day, but you just don't follow the same routine. You change that.
Interesting.
I watched it last night. That was kind of mine. Like, his circumstances didn't change a lot, or at all, really. But what he did was changing. It was kind of what I was.
At the point where every day you started like taking the opportunity to learn something like piano or start doing things, right? So he like
Pick up on girls.
right, right, learning a bit about everyone in the diner. Like, so he got to a point where he started like using his time wisely rather than just trying to like go rob the apartment truck. We should probably split it other day. I would.
Okay, so for me, the takeaway, and I watched that movie a bunch of times, the takeaway is kind of based off of what you guys are saying. Every day was the same for him. And he got to choose how to spend that time. And the way that he spent his time changed the outcome. So when it was just magical, when he got it just right, and then he got the girl. And all the other times he learned the hard way, not the right thing to say, oh, she likes this, she doesn't like this, until he could finally get the magic, right? So to me, what that means to me is, what we do can help change the outcome. That's what it means to me. And if we don't believe that what we do can change the outcome, how hard do we try? JD, do you think that we can change the rotation of the globe? Because we don't have enough time in the day, 24 hours is not really enough. I'd like to get like 2 more hours a day. Is there any way you could slow down the rotation of the globe for me so we could have 26 hours a day, please?
Superman did it well.
Is that something that we would try hard to do?
I mean, I don't know what answer you're looking for, but
I'm looking for
A
a
real
answer.
answer. A real honest answer.
I mean, the first thing I thought was, yeah.
You can change the rotation of the globe?
You
What
can,
would you start?
you can get an extra 26 hours because I guarantee you there's 2 hours in that 24 that you're wasting.
So for me personally, I'm all about big, audacious goals, but it would be hard for me to get my mind around slowing down the rotation of the globe. That's just me personally.
Like literally doing it.
Yeah, literally slowing down, so we'd have to talk to Elon Musk, we'd have to build a gigantic rocket motor, we'd, thrust in the counter rotation of the globe to slow down the rotation of the globe. I think that's going to be hard, and I wouldn't try very hard to do something like that. But what are some things that I could change that I might? Yeah, how I spend my time. What other things? What else? What do you think that we could change in our lives? Attitude? Oh, okay. Any other ideas? interact with their families.
That's what I would,
Yeah.
how I talk to people around.
Yeah, yeah. So there are things in our lives that at least for me, I know that we can change. And if we believe that we can, it's much more likely that it's going to be a track. Make sense? All right, turn the time over to Steve.
All right, what do I do, just push it? Okay, my son made this for me last night, because I don't know how to do it. Okay, so most of you guys know that a few years ago, because of a bunch of things that happened in my life, I ended up getting into weightlifting. And started working out with Eric, with James. The first year, honestly, I can hardly remember. It's a blur, trying not to pass out, throw out a few flashes of Eric laughing evilly at James and I, weights falling on me. Some bad memories. Mostly I was just in survival mode, honestly, because my body was not used to it. Then I got to where I could be a little bit more aware at the gym, and like my brain wasn't just shutting down. And I started paying attention to my surroundings a little bit, and I started to notice a few things. And I've learned a ton of lessons through weightlifting. I used to think it was just meatheads slugging around heavy weight. It's actually a lot about your own self-mastery, overcoming your own fears, discipline, things like that. So I'm going to share one quick thing that I learned, and I want your guys' input on some of it. So as I got to where I could actually pay attention to the gym around me, I noticed a few things. We're going to talk about a guy that I'm going to call Green Pants. This is not the real Green Pants. When I see this dude at the gym over the past 3-4 years called Green Pants, and he knows some of us from work. He knows Eric and James somehow. He knows me. I still see him regularly. Green Pants, I call him that because he always wears green workout pants. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. In the beginning, I was like, dude, Green Pants is like pretty fit. If I could get to that point one day, I'd be pretty happy. Now I see Green Pants and I think, that guy's kind of like skinny. And he's not really like, he's okay, but he goes to the gym all the time. He's there. I see him regularly. In 3-4 years, he hasn't really changed. He hasn't gotten much skinnier, much bigger. He looks about the same. My perspective has changed because my body has changed. So that's Green Pants. So I'm thinking in my mind, Green Pants is here all the time. He's working out. Why doesn't he like improve? Why doesn't his body change? Okay. Another guy, I'm going to call him Viper. This guy I met forever ago had a yellow Viper, and the guy also had a Viper, and he wanted to trade his Viper in with his yellow Viper. That's when I first met him forever ago. I see this dude at the gym all the time. That's not the real Viper. I didn't sneak a picture of him like I should have. The real Viper, he works out. He's there. He actually moves. He lifts pretty heavy weights. He always likes to do it on a balance ball for some reason I don't understand. He also doesn't change. He's overweight. He continues to look overweight year after year after year. No change. So I start scratching my head. Why would Green Pants and Viper put in the effort and the discipline to show up consistently at the gym, week, month, year, but not get any change? So this is where I want to open it up. What could be some possible reasons?
Lack of motivation.
Lack of motivation could be one. Okay, we'll talk about that more in a minute. What else?
They don't change their routine.
They don't change their routine. Okay, good thought. Anything else?
Thyroid disorder.
Well, thyroid disorder, maybe. Hey, I've got lots of excuses. It's all about metabolism, right?
So it's genetics.
It's all genetics, yeah, that's the number one thing.
Different goals that you have?
Maybe different goals, so I thought about that too. Because I'm not them. Maybe they're in a maintenance stage. Maybe they're comfortable with where they're at and they just want to maintain. I don't know. I suspect that's not the case, but that's a good answer. Okay. Then I noticed some other people that I would say, man, they're like freaking getting it figured out. They're looking better. You know, I haven't seen them for a few months, and all of a sudden they're looking better and better and better. So I started asking myself, what makes the difference between all these? So this one I want to talk about quickly. This is like one of my created formulas for success that I've extrapolated from being in the gym. So we'll talk about it really quickly. I'm going to tell you what I think the answer is, and I've thought about it a lot. So this is my own created formula. For success, we need desire and belief. We need knowledge and skills. These are kind of synonymous, but they're a little different. We need effort and intensity, and we need to stick with it, longevity, persistence. So I started thinking about green pants and Viber. In my estimation, and I don't know them, I don't talk to them personally, I feel like they have to have some desire and they have to have some belief because they're at the freaking gym all the time. Like they get out of bed and go, which most people don't even do that. So between low, medium, and high, I don't know. There's somewhere in there. They have it. Knowledge, skills, I mean, in my estimation, they know how to do the movements, the routines, they know how to squat, they know how to curl, they know a lot of, they know stuff. I'm not going to say it's going to be completely there, because none of it is. But I'm also going to give them money. I mean, it's not like it's their first time in the gym, they know some stuff. Effort and intensity, we'll skip it for a second. But I'm going to say longevity and persistence is probably their highest. Because they're there all the time. They're working out. I see them. This is where I want to focus. So you can write down turning point. So my son grabbed these, but this is something you see at the gym fairly often. And it turns out they're all cell phone distractions.
You should have put James up there.
Okay. So imagine I'm on a curl machine.
There's no white ball.
And I'm curling. But here's my curl. Am I trying really hard right there? I mean, my body language, my facial expression, that's probably pretty lightweight. I'm doing it with relative ease. You do see this at the gym sometimes. People that go, and in my opinion, the effort, the intensity is not there. So, there's some amount, but I'd say it's the lowest. Look at these pictures, and tell me what you think about the effort and the intensity. Just looking, just at their face, their bodies.
You're trying hard.
They're freaking trying hard.
The guy looks like his nipples up.
Yeah, you're gonna build the fingers. Well, so James and I were lucky. We got to start working out with Eric, and Eric already knew you have to get metabolic overload, to get protein synthesis. There's this physiological change in your body that has to occur. You won't reach that magic state within your body to get change if you don't put in enough intensity, if you don't put in enough effort. You'll get some sort of results, but they won't be very noticeable. Just like green pants and Viper, it's honestly not that noticeable. Do you guys think that either of those two guys look that different from 3 years ago?
You know what I'm talking about?
Do you know who that guy is? He's like maybe my age. He's like our age. So. Okay, now here's the comparison. Before anybody gets bent out of shape, I'm not here saying none of us put in any effort and none of our intensity is good enough. I'm honestly not saying that. The Viper guy, he actually moves pretty heavy weight. I think he puts in a pretty strong effort actually in that. I think in his nutrition he puts in no effort because he's just like really overweight. So he puts in the strong effort in one area but not in both areas. You need both to get change. I'm not saying any of us have to be fit. This is just an example for success. I personally believe that as a group, again, this is going to be offensive to anybody, but it's just a fact that I honestly see it. I'm in the group and I'm applying this to me and to applying it to each of you. If we get honest with ourselves and throughout these meetings that we're going to continually have, we'll get to a point where we can all just be open and honest with ourselves about it. There are areas in our professional lives every day where our effort and our intensity isn't at the high level. You guys all have desire, you come to work. Of course, we can all improve here, myself included. You guys all have knowledge and skills. We can all improve it, and we will work on our knowledge and skills through these meetings. Effort and intensity placed in the right places, I think, is a huge key to our success. So that's one of my things I've learned from the gym. There's lots of other things, maybe one day we'll talk about in the room, but I want to at least get that in our heads, start thinking about it. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, there's an age-old debate in all of business, but especially in the car business. Does the market determine the outcome? Is it external factors like the inventory, like the economy, like the traffic? Is it external factors? Or does the salesperson determine the outcome? Are there internal factors? The ability to connect, to have credibility, to persuade people. Which of these things most determine the outcome? Obviously, it's a combination of both. So the exercise I want to do right now is I want to have a debate. I don't know if any of you guys took debate in high school, but basically, in a debate, someone will put a point out. I believe that the inventory that I have is the most important thing to success. And then the person on the other side of the debate will say, that's really interesting that you say that, but I think that the person who's talking to the customer is the thing that most determines the success. So these are on two different things. I'm going to have you guys, we're going to pair off, so just work with the person straight across the table from you. And we're going to debate this. So let's just start
JD, come down here.
So over here? Yeah, JD, we might come over. So the market determines the outcome. So the people on this side of the table, for 2 minutes, you need to persuade the person across from you why the market determines the outcome. Okay? Yeah, please.
Do it like your life depends on it. And in debate, you don't have to actually be the side you're arguing for. It's an exercise in persuasion.
And you'll get a chance to...
You can argue both sides.
Right. Okay, does that make sense? So this side, right now for 2 minutes, market determines the outcome. Market determines the outcome. You have a
Pairing off, or we going
straight across the table.
No, I mean, but I mean, we're like going one by one, or is everyone doing it at the same
No,
time?
we're just going to go at the same time. And are we... So we need to have one more person switch. So Brandon, you want to switch?
So Brandon here.
On this side, the salesperson. Okay? So think of, and just get creative. Get creative. Yeah, salespeople that are good looking are more likely to be able to persuade people because of the halo effect, right? Like whatever it is, be passionate, be persuasive, be creative in your arguments. Okay? Got it? Are we paired? Is this right? Yeah. Okay.
So 2 minutes?
Okay, you got 2 minutes. Yeah,
Well,
so
let's
let's...
everybody all at once, right?
Yeah, but this side of the table. So the market determines the outcome. So you guys on this side, you're going to explain to the person across from you why the market determines the outcome.
But they can get in to interact, like.
Yeah, and of course it can be a back and forth.
So if
Yeah,
JD has a point, Clint can say whatever.
Yeah. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. I mean, does everyone kind of understand the concept? Or do you need a demonstration? You guys got it. Okay, you ready?
You can do the demonstration.
Want to do a demonstration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, Steve?
Yeah.
So tell me why the market determines the outcome.
Dude, it's totally opposite. I have a whole bunch of cars on my lot that people are not interested in buying. It doesn't matter how persuasive I can be. They don't want those kind of cars. If I'm filled with a bunch of two-wheel drive, high-mile trucks in January, there's freaking no chance in hell that I can sell those. I could be the best person out there. Inventory is what matters.
See, that makes total sense to me, and I can understand where you're coming from. Do you think that, oh gosh, instead of persuading, I'm asking you, sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do you think that the salesperson, that what they do has any influence on the outcome? Do you think that there's no one in America that wants to buy a two-wheel drive truck in January?
Well, I mean, somebody somewhere probably did. Not standing in front of me.
Interesting. So if someone somewhere wanted to buy it and you did happen to talk to them, however that happened, do you think that it would make any difference in the way that the salesperson interacted with them as to whether or not they would buy the truck or not?
Yeah, I think it would have an effect.
Yeah, I do too. In fact, to me,
You're not debating that you're selling it.
okay, sorry.
Good.
Good point.
Debate's different.
Tell us, you do it with me.
Okay,
Go with me, help me. Because I never took debate.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I mean, you're saying that all that matters is the cars, but the people, communication is what matters. It's not, it's not the facts here. Like, people buy stuff based on emotion. They don't buy stuff based on logic. What you're talking about is logical stuff. A car purchase isn't a logical thing at all. It's an emotional thing. The only way that you're going to get an emotion is by having someone that connects. That's why the salesperson is the most important thing.
No, dude, that's why there's places like Carvana or whoever, like they don't need salespeople, because people just buy based on facts and figures. So you don't need a salesperson against anybody.
I like it.
It is like that.
Okay, good job, thank you. Okay, so you guys get the concept? Okay, so ready? So this kind of stuff's gonna start first. Okay, So you guys can see it, you understand what we're talking about? Everyone can see down there? Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'll start
Time
time.
to go for it.
Ready?
Okay, this side of the table, if you don't mind, rotate one, so JD will go down to that end, and everyone will rotate one seat this way. So basically, we're going to switch partners. You can leave your binders and come back to it, whatever you want. Okay. Now, switch your mindset. Okay? So now, salesperson determines the outcome on this side of the table. Salesperson
This
determines
is
the
the most
outcome.
important factor. That's what we're trying to get.
Market determines the outcome. Okay? So let's start on this side again. So salesperson determines the outcome. 2 more minutes. You guys ready?
Ready? Debate.
All right. Well, we don't have this side.
It doesn't matter, man.
Face. I have that facial hair. I just had to laugh when James, when I hear James say, "Those people are just kidding."
He's eating bodies and keeping his trunk.
Okay, so a couple things that I want to think about from this exercise. There's always 2 sides to every issue, right? And there's always arguments that can be made on both sides. If we practice this skill, so back when I first started in the car business, I never experienced this firsthand, but there was a lot of weird, crazy things that would happen. Pushing pause or something, yes. And they would do all these competitions to try to increase people's skills. This is a skill that I think that we could try to increase. So we could debate whether or not it's smart to drink rock stars. And so maybe in your dealerships, to sharpen your sword each day, you could come up with something like, Clint, is it really a good idea to drink rock stars? I think that the sugar content and the caffeine content on this is highly hazardous to your health. I know that 3 people have died just this year in Utah alone from drinking energy drinks. You automatically take the other side.
Yeah. Oh, and I say, no, you're full of crap. Look at all the vitamins too, man. Yeah, it makes me more effective in my job. Isn't that ultimately what I need to be? Is a peak performer?
Man, I'm not good at this. I need to practice. Because what I'm trying to do is as soon as he's, and we'll get to this skill later in our series, as soon as he says that, I want to go to restate his concern and I want to
You wanna ask me a question?
I don't want to debate
Yeah.
it. Like, I'm not feeling this. I suck at this.
hey, this is what we're here for.
And that's what we're here for. So sometimes we just need to be able to come up with a good reply, great evidence, and sometimes just creativity, just coming up with just the weird ass stuff that will just kind of hit home with people. Okay? So let's try practicing this skill. Use creative arguments, practice with each other, and so that we're prepared for the customers. Make sense? Okay. Next.
Okay, so this idea of sharpening your sword came about for a few different reasons, but you know, every warrior has to keep their sword sharp, and the analogy that we're trying to draw is us sharpening a lot of things. Our skills, our relationships with each other, you know, we've got to practice here. So as Clint and I have been talking and thinking a lot about where we are as a company, what benefits we could all, you know, gain from. Motivation would help us all. Improving and sharpening our skills would help us all. And being more united. A lot of you have told me, you know, we've talked about in the past, oh, we missed the old days when we were more of a group, when we felt closer, when we, you know. I think that we need to get back to that and actually even beyond that and better. And I agree, but for whatever reason, our unity has suffered. So the goal of these sessions is going to be kind of those three things. Help us be more motivated, help us be more skilled, and help us be more united. We want to have fun together. We want to be glad that we're coming to work. We don't want to wake up and feel like, oh, I got to deal with this crap again. And if we're honest, some of us, depends on the day, we do feel like it. And I want to do it. So, sharpen your sword, kind of the analogy is, a warrior's always sharpening their weapon. If they're successful, they're always sharpening. We can apply that to a lot of different things, and you guys will each figure out for yourselves. I'm already figuring out for me things that I can sharpen, things that I can improve on. You know, it's not accurate for me to just say, oh no, I've got it all figured out, I'm doing everything I can, the best way I can for next. There's things I'm sharpening, and this is helping me to refocus on it. I wanted this to be planned when I was talking, sorry. Oh well, that's just how, I don't know how to do it. So, with that in mind, I'm going to watch a few videos here. These are really short. Can you help figure them out? So for the next and then just click on.
Every man dies, not every man really lives. Pretty sure energy drinks is what they did in Crohn's disease. Before we're rocks,
But he's laughing. He's laughing about it. Okay, check this dude out. Guys, look at this guy's sword. So it can just slice paper like absolutely nothing. These guys spend thousands of hours. If you watch some of the videos on how to sharpen this sword, it's a ridiculous process. This thing's filled with water.
Oh my gosh.
So, anyway, I thought that one was interesting. You know, the next one. You know, the process, it's like this heating process, and they fold clay onto them, and they heat them, and they compact them, and they get more layers of metal, and they sharpen them, they sharpen them, they sharpen them. And it's a very detailed and interesting process. I watched a couple of videos about it. I thought they were fascinating, but they were one, too boring, too long for this kind of environment. But let's show a couple other interesting things. I want us just to be thinking about how sharp we are. One, a sword can be, but two, how much sharper we can all become. We'll figure out in the future how to have faster.
Might need to have a better computer.
Or maybe we can that. And if we can't get it to go, I'll just tell you. One of them, I never saw the movie, you know. any of you guys seen the movie The Bodyguard? I have not seen it.
Kevin Costner?
Yeah,
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, it's like a Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner. So I've never seen it, but I found this clip where he like takes her scarf and throws it up in the air, and it's one of these if we could get it to play. It falls down across the blade and just like just from the weight of the scarf falling down there. It's just fun. Shit, and then there's one more, like 10-second one. So if we can get it to go, then we go.
Slice it right in half.
Well, so here's the point I want to make. We'll watch the last one. So in this next one, if we can get it to go, he cuts some of these mats. Like when they do these samurai competitions, they have these mats rolled up tight, and they have to slice them in certain cuts with a certain amount of perfection. Like the world record holder guy cut like several hundred of them in a row with his blade, with precision. But the point of it is sharp, fast precision and force. Because in this one, if we can get it, he cuts a bunch of those mats, or he cuts the mat a few times and then cuts a brick in half with the same sword. So you need to have both. What I want to apply to us is power and precision, both. So while that's going up, I noticed Ricky made some notes here. Thank you. I didn't even mention here. So anyway, power and precision. Sewing takes some precision, it's a fine-tuned art, and it takes some willpower, some force. I was going to say, I noticed Ricky made some good notes here. I didn't even mention, thank you, Gloria, also. The idea of these notebooks is you can either leave them here and just have them here every meeting, or you can take them home, but it's to make notes of things that pop into your mind. It doesn't even have to be like in school, take notes of what is said. It's just, if you get a random idea that'll help you in your career and your life, jot it down. As we have some handouts and stuff, we can throw them in there. So, okay, with that in mind, I jotted down the order in which you guys showed up. And in that order, we're going to do something here. So, James, can you come here first? James is sitting here at 8 a.m.
And then we're gonna kind of come and crowd around so they can watch her.
Yeah, in fact, let's just all come in here real quick. So the idea is we're actually going to sharpen these things, literally sharpen them at the end of all our meetings, and then we're going to do a work ride together that, kind of like sports teams do. So yeah, maybe it's cheesy, but I think it'll be fun. The first one, which we do right now, will probably suck because it's going to take a little practice. So here's the idea. Without stabbing each other, here's what we're going to do. So we'll all go down at the other end, we'll stand in a circle. For real, we'll stab each other. Okay, yeah. So we're going to do an overhand, we'll go down in a minute. We'll do an overhand. Okay, and as we do that, we say we are motivated. What's the other one? Skilled. And then put the sword back, and we'll do just like a sports team in the middle with the United. Okay? We'll try it, and then we're actually going to sharpen these. We're going to start running them across the grinder. We're going to sharpen them at the end of every meeting. The hope is that by the very end, we actually have a sharp blade, because right now, this is not fully sharp. At the very end, we have a sharp blade. Anyone who lasts and sticks with this and comes to these trainings and gets better, I'll get our names engraved on the blades, and maybe we'll make a little plaque that we've successfully completed to sharpen your sword. Maybe get a picture of us like slicing a watermelon or something to put on the plaque. So,
Pretty sure you get a watermelon out there right now.
So let's get in a little closer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so come closer and start. Yeah, come closer. So we're all doing this together.
Yeah, like a mention here.
We're going down.
Well, maybe we should just go straight down like that. Okay, so at the top we're going to say we are motivated, then we're going to say united, and then we're going to switch skilled. Okay, ready? Let's try it a few times. Yeah, we'll do it a few times. We are
Motivated!
skilled. United. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's practice it a few. Let's do maybe 1, 2, 1, and then 1. We're motivated, skilled, united. There we go. Okay. You ready for a good one? Yeah. Okay. And then you write your behind Brandon. I'll just kind of talk, visit, and we just go through and start writing these things. Okay. Okay. We are motivated, skilled, united. Yeah. All right. Good job. Next. Okay, whoever wants to go, what else? Keep it simple.
Freaking sweet. Dude, that's sweet too, though. Well, I mean, yeah, so obviously we'll end up doing both sides. There's also gloves.
Yeah.
And staging.
Can you do office photo? We just need to, once you put them back on the wall, I'm going to take names above them.
I'm gonna take it back.
That's the takeaway. Changing what we do, changing the way that we say hi to Ned Ryerson, and the way that we interact with the people in our surroundings can change the outcome, can help us get the sale, can help us get the girl, can help us accomplish whatever we're trying to do. That's the takeaway. If we don't think that what we do can change the outcome, we're not even going to try. And so what's the point of all this? If we just don't believe it, then we're sunk before we can.
And we'll all keep working together on some of those things so that we can all improve, you know, our belief, our desire, all of that puzzle goes together. So we'll work on it together too.
And it's not going to be like flipping a switch. I wish I could say that after this one meeting that now everything is solved. That's not accurate. That's not the case, and that's not how it's going to be. This is going to be a constant process, and it's only going to work if we all want to fight. If we all want to fight together, that's the only way it's going to work. So everyone is important. Everyone's part of this, and united we stand, divided we fall. Right?
Three Musketeers.
That's it. That's right. Okay.
Thank you, Aaron.